The Target Series heads to the famed Darlington Raceway in South Carolina for the running of the Southern 300, one of the longest Target Series races of the season. Derek Hamel in the 98 has the pole for tonight's race. To his outside second is George Cooper in the 28. Then third is Nathan Orman. Fourth is Kashawn Richardson, rounding out the top five, Mike Burrell. To his outside sixth, it's the one of Jeff Wright. Seventh place we have Steve Larker. Eighth is Danny Lloyd. Ninth place Jonathan Rains, with Jose Mills rounding out the top 10 and 11. For the rest of the field, there's Oliver Galway. To his outside, Jason Larker. Then we have Cement Oskin with Ryan Brommer. Behind them, Simon Bloomfield and Patrick Smith. Then there's Justin Zidell and Adam McDowell. Behind them, Colton Yo and Trip McGinnis. Then Eli Bright and William Seaman. Behind them, Anthony Hernandez and Jennifer Buford. Then Cole Luigi with Sebastian Kukulan, along with Dylan Ebrahimian and Trey Rainey. Then we have Anton Charbois and Diego Yepes. Behind them, Mathis Wells and Jake Gow, who comes into this race as our points leader, 3 wins already on the season. Then we have Max Anderson, Alex Zero to his inside, along with Paul Taylor and Riley Spurleytube. Then there's Luke Rainey and William Bullen, along with Greg Torres and Greg Lee. And in the final row, it's France Device in the 38, to his outside 42nd is the 00 of Levi Shones. There's our 42-car field for the Southern 300 here in Darlington. Let's go to trackside, fire the engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
And 42 engines come to life here in the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina as we get ready for battle here at this famed egg-shaped oval in Darlington, South Carolina. The track too tough to tame. The Lady in Black, whatever you call it, is an intimidating racetrack for these drivers. 2 distinct corners, some long straightaways from some fast speeds, and 33 mental, grueling laps here in Darlington. Derek Hamel, George Cooper are on the front row. Second in points, Danny Lloyd starts in the 8th position here tonight. He comes in as Mr. Consistency, 10 top 10s of the season, only 2 top 5s. However, Jake Gow comes in as the points leader, 88 points and 3 wins. 33 laps, Derek Hamel, George Cooper down the front stretch, the restart zone, and we are green in Darlington. The inside definitely the place to be here at Darlington. That's the lane that goes forward. Derek Hamel leads lap 1. Already under attack from Nathan Orman, the 2 to the inside. He'll grab the top spot away through 1 and 2. Orman out front now with Mike Burrell the second. Once you're on the outside, you are dropping like a rock until you find a hole in line. Nowhere to go on the outside lane until there is a hole down in line. Orman, Burrell lead 1-2. Steve Larker to 3rd. Jeff Wright 4th. Jonathan Rain's going to get to 5th. Racer 3 and 4, these fast speeds. The Gary Cup Series cars will be going even faster tomorrow night in the Southern 500, one of the crown jewel race of the Gary Cup Series season. Jeff Wright taking Steve Larker for 3rd at the front 2. Stay single file. Here comes Jeff Wright, though, looking for 2nd. Couldn't quite get the run of Mike Burrow, who's trying to get around Nathan Orman down the back stretch. Jonathan Rains to 4th in the 61. Cement Oskin inside the 93 car for 5th on Steve Larker. Into turn number 3. Mike Burrow staying in the tire track right now, the 2 of Nathan Orman. They come off turn 4. Burrow's a run down the hill. Where does he go with it? 30 laps to go. Orman leads again the 2. Burrell staying in line. Cement Oskin for 4th. Gets range. Jonathan Rains gets by him. Patrick Smith moves his way to 5th inside the top 5. And Justin Zidell started outside the top 15. Only 3 laps in the event. He's inside the top 10, going for a 6th position right there in Rains. And Cole Luigi started outside the top 20. He's making his way up inside the top 10. So it just shows here at Darlington, it can shuffle fast, but also the outside lane definitely not the place to be. Front 4 stay single file for now, just trying to log some laps and probably just trying to keep their positions relative to each other. Justin Zidell moves his way to 5th over Patrick Smith. He'll bring the 9 of Colton Yo with him. Yo's teammate Anthony Hernandez coming forward, the 7 car, has Cole Luigi behind him. Luigi's been on charge midway through this season. He's looking to try and get himself into a chase position, currently 20th in the point standings. Colton Yo got a great run for 5th on Justin Zidell down the front stretch. Hernandez got a big run on the 7 as they're side by side in front. Zidell might get clear right there of the 9, but Yo fights back in the inside. The 9 car gonna go for 5th as for the lead. Mike Burrow inside Nathan Orman. Orman's led most of the laps, all but 1 so far tonight, but out under attack from the 45 of Mike Burrow to turn number 3. Burrow's going to get the top spot through 3 and 4. The one of Jeff Bright through to second. Samet Osgood through to third. Hernandez looks for fourth in the 7 car. Down low, and his teammate Colton Yo has Luigi push him. Here comes another Junior Motorsports car. The 8AV led Bright is up for the lead. Another JRM car. Jeff Bright to the front. He won earlier in the season at North Wilkesboro. Here comes Hernandez. He's going to make his way to third, the 7 car. Samet Osgood to second. JRM, 2 of the top 3 positions currently, as the 1 leads and the 7 is running third. And here comes Hernandez for a second. Got a good run. Naked is the question. He's staying in line for now. Eli Bright trying to join his 2 teammates up there at the front of the field. Eli moves his way up to 6th. Osgood looks for the lead. He's got to have the nose in turns 1 and 2. Side by side, Jeff Bright down the backstretch. Jeff outside, Samet inside. Hernandez trying to get the draft to that 1, but gets back in line in front of the 42. Osgood to lead. Here comes Hernandez off turn 4 to run with the peak to the inside. Trying to look down there, trying to get the nose underneath that 9-3. Has the drafting up from the 42, Luigi, and that drafting up will keep him down there, and Hernandez will grab the lead through 1 and 2. Luigi, the 42, is up to second. Orman found a hole in line. You can see if you find a hole in line, you're fine. You'll move your way back forward. But if you go all the way to the back of the field, that could be detrimental to how this race goes. Luigi to second, under attack now from the car behind to the inside the 51 of Steve Larker. That is a battle for the 2nd position here in Darlington. Eli Bright, the 88, pushing that 51 through. Orman back down line. Eli through to third. Once again, Junior Motorsports, 2 of the top 3 positions. As Eli now up to third, Anthony Hernandez leads the race in the 7. 23 to go this time by. Front 2 single file. Now Nathan Orman for third on Eli Bright. Larker looked for a run the 7, but I think Hernandez blocked it off pretty nicely. Trey Rainey up inside the top 5. That's what he needs to do in the 52 car. He is in a solid points position right now, but a top 5, top 10 would never hurt that points position. He's going for 5th right now in Eli Bright. As Orman flying through the field back up to 2nd for the 2 car. We'll see what we can do with it down the backstretch. Led about 4 the first 5 laps run here tonight, so he wants another lap led. Get back to the front. He has a good car, but now under attack, under fire from Patrick Smith. The A6 car moves to the inside. He'll grab 2nd away into turn number 1. Smith to 2nd. Now for 3rd. Here comes the 0 of Diego Yepez. And look at Smith for the lead, the 86. A great 1 and 2. He'll get beside the 7 and try and get by him in turns 3 and 4. It's going to be Patrick Smith out in front here at Darlington. A great corner there for the A6 in turns 1 and 2. Got him to the front. But Yepez, quick to shut that down. Here comes the 0 car. Diego Yepez for the lead. Trey Rainey is pushing in the 52. Trey wants this lap led. 5 bonus points for the driver who leads the lap. So Trey wants that badly. He's in a good points position right now, but he can never be too safe. Some bonus points would be good. A top 10, top 5 would be good for that driver, the 52, who's not had a very successful target series career this season, though, has been the turnaround. Rainey clears his way to 2nd, gets down line from the 39 of Greg Torres. 20 laps to go in the Southern 300. Trey Rainey 2nd, Yepez leads behind the battle for 3rd. Greg Torres gets underneath. He'll look for a 2nd on Trey Rainey, but gets up in line. Franz Device 2 wins the season up to 4th. Tripping against Daytona, we're into 5th. And Levi Schoen starts the race 42nd position. We don't normally know of Darlington like a track where he can shove the way to the front, but the past few seasons that's been our track it is. And Schoen's from 42nd to 6th. It's taken him almost half the race, but he is up here now with a shot if he were to stay up here. Greg Lee as well, the 60 starts to the back. Here is in first time we talk about Jake Galloway all night long. Points leader to the top 10, up to 8th for the driver of the 19 car. He has a shot to try and extend the points lead over 2nd in points, Daniel Lloyd. And Jake Galloway wants his 4th victory of the season. Single file for the front, I would say about 7-6. Behind them, there's battles all around, but right now the leaders can stay content. They don't want to burn their stuff up. They know that could definitely happen here at Darlington. Lap time's already fallen off, almost 0.3 of a second. Trey Rainey at the peak to turn 1 for the lead on Yepez. He's there. And Jake Galloway's flying for the 19 car up inside the top 5. Jake Galloway bringing Adam McDowell with him in the 22. I think Galloway's pretty fast right now. He's showing it right now at this point in the race. Rainey to lead in the 52, 5 bonus points for him. Greg Torres through to 2nd to 39. Franz Device 2 wins this season, he'll get up to 3rd. Galloway shuffled high, but the driver who's helping him forward. Adam McDowell inside the 22. He'll try and get 2 for 1 up to 4th for the driver of the 22. And Greg Lee behind him. Lee wants a good point stage as well. He's in a hunt for the chase position. Greg Lee going for 5th on the 0 of Yepez. Brahmer Luigi. Here comes Ryan Spruce, first time we talked about him all night long. He's with a shot here. And Lee with a dive bomb in 3 and 4 to try and get to 4th over the 22 of Adam McDowell. Front 3 coming together. Device pushing that third out to the back bumper of the 52. Who makes the move first, though? It's going to be Device for second. Puts the third out to the racetrack. Trey Rainey gets to enjoy the lead for now. Rams Device down the back stretch. Off into turn number 3. Car number 38 through to second. Here comes Greg Lee, move to third. Device with a run off turn 4 guy. Great run to Trey Rainey to his back bumper. But got a little tight in the dirty air, but he's still digging. Trying to get down there, I think he is in turn 1. France Device to the front here in Darlington. Greg Lee second. Rainey back to third, but can't get down in front of Ryan Brommer to keep that third position. 78 fights back down the backstretch with the 52 down in line in third. That was great for Trey Rainey there. Didn't lose too much time. Now he has to hope they can keep his foot in it. Keep going. Greg Lee with the peak for the lead off turn 4. Couldn't do anything with it. Cement Oskin moving by Code Luigi back there for 6th. Rise Brew Tube next in line. Lee again with a peak in turns 1 and 2. He's down there. Side by side for 38 off turn 2 and down the backstretch. Lee has the advantage down low, come to 13 to go in the Southern 300. Jennifer B for another name we haven't talked about. Here she comes in the 16. She's coming forward. Here comes Trey Rainey back for Lee, the 52 car. Greg Lee can't get the lap lead. These two battling for the champion, or battling for a chase spot. And Trey Rainey steals the lap lead, does not let the 60 get 5 bonus points. Ryan Brommer moves to second. McDowell back up to third. Oskin to 4th. Here comes Jeffrey from the 1 Junior Motorsports car we're not talking about all night long. The 5 of Wells back up into it. He's inside the top 10. So can Wells try and steal victory, try and get himself into a chase position. Lee falls back in the 60 into the wall for him. Here comes the 35, Simon Bloomfield. How about down low? Alexander Rowe. Nathan Irwin coming back. George Cooper as well. Up at the front. Look at this mess. They're almost 3 wide for the lead. Cement Oskin got to run. Ryan Berman running Trey Rainey. Oskin made the move first. He's going to get to second. Might be looking for the lead here shortly. Coming to 11 to go in the Southern 300. Trey Rainey out in front trying to get the most laps led here tonight. Jennifer Beaver for a second to 16 car moving forward. She has a shot. She gets in line though behind Cement Oskin. Matthews Wells to 4th. Simon Bloomfield to 5th. Here comes Wells. He has a run onto Buford for 3rd. He'll get it. Side by side for 3rd down the backstretch. Front 2 single file. Trey Rainey. Cement Oskin. Alexander for 5th. Simon Bloomfield. Buford the 16 drops back as Wells moves around to get to 3rd. Here comes Cement Oskin. He's running the back of that 52 as a run with 10 to go. 10 laps remain here in Darlington. Trey Rainey leads. Cement Oskin 2nd. Mathis Wells 3rd. As here comes the 93 with a run off turn 2. Hernandez up inside the top 5 as well in the 7 car. He's still with a shot at this thing. That 52 has been impressive though. Once he's down up front, it's been hard for someone to pass him. Right here, Oskin has a run. We'll see what he can do with it, the 93 car. Not much. Like the Pied Piper leading the field around here in Darlington. Trey Rainey waiting for a move to be made behind him so he can react to it and make that same move. Cement Oskin, the one chasing him down in second with Mathis Wells 3rd. And Wells' teammate Anthony Ness up inside the top 5. Can they try and team together to make their way forward? Can Junior Motorsports try and work together? Single file at the front of the field currently. That's going to be broken right here. Oskin has a run. He gets to the inside of the 52. Side by side for the lead down the backstretch. Who goes with who? I think everyone's going to go down to the inside. You can see that single file train that Trey has waiting for him. That's not what he needs. He's going to fall way back. Oskin to lead. Wells to 2nd. Can Rainey get in line? Rowe tries to fill the hole. Can he get done? Can the 52 get down in line? Survey says 76 is down there. That'll be for 3rd. Anthony Nez is 7 coming through. We'll get to 4th. Greg Torres for 5th. Trey Rainey can't see the end of this line quite yet. And Danny Lloyd right now in position to gain points on Jake Gow with a 21 in this front pack. Look at Wells with the run off turn 4 to the back of that 93. He has his teammate Hernandez with them now. They're 2nd and 3rd. What can they do? Coming to 5 to go this time by. Junior Motorsports 2nd and 3rd by the 93 Cement Oskin. Will Hernandez help his teammate Wells or will he go for the lead himself? Torres for 4th. Puts the 76 up high. Now what can Wells do with Hernandez? Can they try and team up on the 93? How about the 93 as his teammate, the 39, just right there. 5 to go in Darlington, South Carolina. Yellow flag would end the race prematurely. Here comes Wells, the 5 to the inside. His teammate with him. And Trey Rainey back up to 5th. The 52 found a hole in line. He's coming back forward now. Wells moves to the lead in 3 and 4. Hernandez, his teammate, to 2nd, making a Junior Motorsports 1-2 at the front. Torres to 3rd to 39. 4 to go right there. Wells extends the lead just a little bit. 4 to go in Darlington. Wells, Hernandez with Torres, Rainey, and now Device, the front 5. Riley's through to 6th. Rainey for 3rd. The 52 has been flying all night long. He still has a shot coming to 3 to go. He's a run to the 7 now. Can Trey Rainey win again in the Target Series? It's been a good season, but can he make the chase? He wants a win to make that for sure here tonight. He has a run in the 7 for 2nd. Spurley to 5th and the 8. 3 to go. Rainey for 2nd. Muscles the 7 out of the way. Trey Rainey going to take it. Here comes France Dice to get to 3rd over the 7. Riley Spurley to the 8 for 4th. Here comes Riley with a run. Can he try and steal it? On a night where maybe he didn't have the best car. Come to 2 to go in Darlington. Mathis Wells continues to lead. Who's the first to make the move? And what will the move be? 2 to go in Darlington. Wells, Rainey, Device. Trey looking for a run. A win at Darlington is a win at Darlington. Each of these drivers know that they want to win here badly. Coming to the white flag in the Southern 300. Mathis Wells leads the race. Trey Rainey, the one by him in 2nd. France Device 3rd. Riley Spurley to 4th. Off turn 4. Trey Rainey the run at the white flag. We're on the last lap of the Southern 300. Who gets back around in front to win in the Lady in Black? Device looking for 2nd. That could help Mathis Wells out. Right there, they're side by side. All momentum is lost. Wells has to make it back around now. The 5 out in front with a nice lead down the backstretch to turn 3 for the final time tonight. Junior Motorsports showed their speeder tonight, and we met this Wells, one of their drivers, come on, turn 4. Checker flag for the 5-car. Wells wins in Darlington. Great showing by the 5 of Mathis Wells. Junior Motorsports had all 5 of their drivers at the front at some point during the race. Wells was the last of them to get to the front. He ends up showing the speed the 5-car had, and he wins the Southern 300 here at the Darlington Raceway, caution-free throughout the race. Let's go see the finish results. Here are the finish results from the Southern 300 at the Darlington Raceway. No caution flags, as we mentioned, and 12 lead changes among 11 different drivers. That's within 33 laps as well. And it's Mathis Wells dominating towards the end of the race to win here in Darlington, South Carolina. Behind him in 2nd, France Device made the move for 2nd, which really cost anyone behind Wells the chance of the victory at the end. Riley Spurley 2 battles from 36th to 3rd. Jeffrey Beeford 4th, and Trey Rainey rounds out the top 5, leading the most laps. Great point save for the driver of the 52. Will want to win, though, for sure, being the dominant car. Nathan Orr dominated early on. Didn't really talk about him much after that. He ends up 6th. Danny Lloyd closing on the points. He's still not the points leader, but closing just a little bit with the 7th place finish. William Bull in 8th. Simon Bloomfield and George Cooper are the drivers that round out the top 10. If you look at the top 20, the 5's teammates end up 14th, 16th, 17th in the ADAV lap, right down below the top 20. So Junior Motorsports had 5 fast cars. Only one of them, though, really showed at the end. The 5 Mathis Wells was the one that was able to hold on. Eli ends up with a bad finish. And when I mean bad, he not even on this screen. Greg Torres 21st. He was up there most of the race. Total Luigi fell back. There's Jake Galloway. Points there, ends up 24th. Enough to keep him in the points lead, but it has closed down. Derek Kimmel from the pole, 38th for him. There's Eli, 41st. So not a good showing for that 88. It's not been a good season at all for the 88 of Eli Bright. Here are the point standings after Darlington. Jake Galloway keeps the points lead. 33 points now over Danny Lloyd. Mr. Consistency, as we mentioned, 11 top 10 so far this season. Lloyd is 2nd. France Device 3rd. Paul Taylor 4th. And Trey Rainey, nice day, moves him up to 5th. Jeff Bryce 6th. Simon Bloomfield 7th. Sebastian Kugelheim, William Seaman, and Colton, you'll hold the final spots inside the top 10. The point standings, as we look now at the top 20, it is close for the wild card. Steve Larker, 13 points to get inside the top 10 in the point standings. Hernandez is 12th. Then there's Wells with that win, moves him up to 13th in points. However, not enough for a wild card spot. Kashan Richardson, 14th with his 2 victories, is one of the wild cards. The other goes to Steve Larker, who was 11th in the point series. So Wells in 13th and Luke Rainey in 16th, not in enough to have a wild card spot currently. So it is close right now for the wild card spot. Kashan Richardson really kind of ruining some drivers' chances. If he were to get in, Wells would have the other wild card. So look down here: Burrow, Torres, McGinnis. 3 winners, all with the Reigns, Bullen, McDowell. They're all down here in a bad position in points. I think Burrow, Torres, and McGinnis still have a shot being inside the top 30 in points. For Reigns, Bullen, and McDowell, it's going to be very hard for them to try and come forward from the position they're in right now in the point standings. So I have to believe that if your reins are lower with a win, all hope may be lost. You could still have a slim shot. We only have a few races left before we get to chase time. So we have, what is it, Kentucky, Indianapolis, and I believe Hillside before we get to the chase. Only 3 races left, I believe, to make it into the Target Series season number 8 chase. As we look ahead to our next race running, we'll go to Kentucky for the KFC 300. I will see you guys then.